What's good? What's good, Smokers Hut? I'm back. I'm back, and I want to make a little video. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here, and I want to make a video for y'all. If I can, if I can. You know what's funny? I've been thinking. I'm like, it's good that I sit down like before I start these videos because I could be sitting here naked, like from the from the torso down. I could be completely nude, and you wouldn't know. Like I could just be sitting here naked, but I'm not. Like I got shorts. I got shorts and whatnot. That sounded like a fart. You heard that? It wasn't me, I promise. It wasn't me. All right, let's get into today's video. Today we're going to be talking about aging. Yes, getting older, the lines, the facial hair, all that. Aging, getting older. Your hair turns gray, get a couple grays in there. Oh, that's not a gray. All right, you get a couple grays in there, whatever. That's what we're going to be talking about today, a video on aging. So we're going to start it off. As you age, one thing I've noticed as I get older is that I look more and more like my dad. Like, as I get older, I'm like, I see a lot of similarities between my dad's facial features and mine, and even other people. When I see them, they're like, "You look so much like dad. You look so much like your dad. You look so much like your dad." Like that's crazy. So maybe it's because I'm a boy, so I take after my dad a little more. I don't know, and maybe girls take after their moms a little more. I don't know. I don't know at all. But I get a lot of, "Oh, you look like your dad. How's your dad?" So you're gonna start to look like your parents. So be ready for that as you get older, as you age. Um, Responsibility goes like 10 times as hard. As you get older, you know what's interesting? When you're little, when you're young, nobody cares. Like everything's taken care of for you. Everyone is like, "Oh, we want you to have a great life. We just care about you." We'll do anything for you. We'll do anything for you. We brought you into this world, You're our baby. We'll do anything for you. When you hit, I want to say about 18, if you're nice, 20. If your parents are nice, 20 years old. When you hit that mark, it's like, what are you doing for us? You know what I mean? It becomes like, what have you done lately? You're 20 now. You've lived 20 years on earth. It's time for you to start helping us. And it's like, where does that shift happen? Where does that come from? But I guess it's because you're an able bodied human now, and they've spent those 20 years of life building you up. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of you. So now they're like, now that you're strong and healthy and have energy and you could do what you got to do, help us. That's basically what it is. It's like, we gave you food, water, shelter. Now you're of age, go out there and make money and bring it back home. And if you don't, you're a failure. I know. It's kind of crazy, but that is life. Um Another thing as you age that I've noticed. Wait. Back to the other point really quick. It is interesting how your parents have you. And then as time continues, as time goes on, there's just this shift in reality where it's like, take care of me now. It's like, yeah, but I never had you. Like you were never my kid. I never chose to have you. You chose to have me. So in my opinion, personally, if any kid is ever in a situation where they're getting older and their parents are needing money from them, I think that's your parents' fault. I'm being honest. Like you shouldn't have kids for them to provide for you or for them to help you one day or for them to make money for you one day. This is not the 1940s. You know what I'm saying? We're not even the 1940s. This isn't the 1800s where, we're farming and stuff and you need a farm hand and your son, have some kids to help with the farm. That's not happening. We're in a society today where if you don't have a life set up for your child, don't have them. You know what I'm saying? Don't have them because they're going to resent you and you're going to resent them. And that's not a good thing. Make sure you have your cards in order before you bring a kid into this world so that you're not looking at them one day like, "Oh, you're such a burden." And it's like, well, you didn't have to have me. You didn't have to have me. You know what I'm saying? So That's how I look at it. That's just my opinion, though. Some other people will say, no, as a kid, you're supposed to provide for your parents. That's your only purpose here is to provide for your family. You know, it's a cultural thing. I don't think so. Personally, I'm like, I won't have a kid until I know I can provide for him or her in a way that they'll always be appreciative. And I'll never tap them on the shoulder like, hey, can you give me this? Maybe when they're like 30, 40, have everything figured out. I see them driving around in sports cars and stuff. I might be like, hey, son, you know, throw me $1,000, throw me $2,000, something like that. But other than that, I have no interest in getting my kids to help me, like financially, as I get older, because that's just illogical. It's illogical. And plus, like I said, there's the resentment. Your kid's gonna resent you, or the parents are gonna resent you. All right, the next point we get into, taking care of yourself becomes extremely important. So, like, as you get older, taking care of yourself, taking care of your health, taking care of your mental state, it all becomes extremely important. Like, even the gym. As I get older, I go to the gym and I'm like, I feel a drastic difference. When I was younger, I could eat whatever, go to the gym whenever, not go to the gym, eat junk food, and it wouldn't matter. There was no repercussions. I would wake up still energized, ready to do whatever. Now, if I eat like crap and don't go to the gym for a while, I'm like, oh, like I feel it in my gut. I feel it, I just feel like weak, moving slower, talking slower. My brain isn't functioning as well. So, as you get older, you do have to take care of your body. It's like a car. If you have an older car, you got to get that oil change. You got to get, you got to take care of yourself. You have to, or you're going to regret it because your joints are getting older, your bones are getting older, your blood, everything is just slowly becoming decrepit. So for you to keep it up, you got to work out, you got to eat right, you got to stay active. Because if you don't, your body will give up on you. It says, all right, you're not using it, you're not being active, you don't need your legs to work. Here's some blood clots. You're not, I'm serious. That's just nature. You have to take care of yourself, especially as you get older, because no one's gonna do it for you. No one's gonna come in and be like, "Hey, you're gaining a little weight," or, "Oh, hey, we noticed you haven't went to the gym in 2 months." No one's gonna do it. You have to do it. You have to care about yourself. That's life. You have to care as you get older. So, you know, um, like I said, this goes back into my other point. At a certain point, at a certain healthy age, like 20, around there, 20 to 30, people start to expect the world from you. It's like, why aren't you a millionaire yet? Why haven't you done this yet? Why aren't you doing this yet? And it's like, were you doing any of these things at 20 to 30? Like, probably not. But people expect you to have a lot figured out at that point because you're at the, it's actually a primal instinctual thing, but you're at your peak. You know what I mean? You're at physical peakness. So people see you and they say, "Oh, you should be, making money every day. You should have some, a ton of girlfriends, or you should be taking trips, or you should whatever they value in life, they think you should be doing." So, oh, you need these clothes or you need this because you're at that age where people like you're in your prime, go have fun. So, with you being healthy and young, that comes with people expecting so much of you. People expecting you to have everything figured out because you look healthy enough to have everything figured out. Like, have you ever talked to an older person and they're like, oh, you're so young. You have so much time ahead of you. You have, you're lucky. You're young. You have the whole world ahead of you. You could do anything you want. It's because they know he's closer to his peak age. He's closer to health. He's closer to wealth. If you're closer to health, you're closer to wealth. And older people know that. They're like, I'm on my way out. I don't have as much energy to do stuff all day, make money all day, make connections, you know, do any of the things you guys do because I'm older. I'm past my prime. I'm tired. So at the healthier you are and the more full of life and full of energy, the more people expect of you because they're like, well, you could do this, you could do this and that. Look at you, you're doing this, you're doing that, and they expect that. So it's a scale. You're supposed to be healthy and be productive, but just know when you're being productive and healthy and everything, people are gonna look at you and say, hey, help me move this couch. Hey, teach me about investing. Hey, teach me this, or show me how to do this because people look towards people look towards health as wealth. If you look healthy, if you look like you're taking care of yourself, you look full of life, then you're gonna be full of life, you know, and people are attracted to that life. People are attracted to that life energy. They see that and they feel that, and they say, "Oh, this is a productive person. He's in his prime age. He better be doing a lot with it. You know, don't waste it." That's how they see it. So just know that. The next point I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna end this video pretty soon. I know I sound rushed. I sound like I'm doing a lot. There's a lot going on in my crib right now, but um this point is a little morbid, a little bit sad, but basically, as you age, everyone either dies or you die. That's the truth of the matter, and it's sad. This is probably one of the saddest realities of life. So as you get older, either everyone around you that you grew up with, your friends, your family, either they're gonna go goodbye, you know, into the grave, or you're gonna go. That's the only mathematical equation. Let's say you live to 90, a full life, right? You live a full life to 90. Everyone in your generation that you came up with, a lot of them aren't going to make it to 90. You see what I'm saying? You're blessed to make it to 90, but your odds are you're going to be a very lonely 90-year-old. Your wife might not make it. Some of your kids might not even make it. That's a whole nother scary thing. Like if you live too long almost, you start to see people go that you're not supposed to see go. So yes, living long is a beautiful thing. Living to a long age is a beautiful thing. But there is a side where if you've ever talked to an older person, like a very older person, they seem they seem like they've lost a lot, but they're also at peace with the fact that they're leaving relatively soon. You see what I'm saying? They're like, okay, yes, this is sad. I lost my husband, or I lost my wife, or I lost his friends, but I'm on my way out of here, you know, soon, one day. So there's a peace in it, but there's a sad reality. The longer you're here, the more pain you're going to feel. The more people are going to leave, you know, this earth. The more people are going to leave this realm, the more people are going to get hurt. The more people are going to hurt you, say things hurtful to you. So by the time you're 90 or 100, you're sitting there and you've lived a full life. You're grateful. Everything's good. But at the same time, you're like, I'm the only one here type thing, which is a scary reality. Like I can't even imagine being in that reality in a world where I have a lot of knowledge of the world. You know, I've been here a long time, but everyone I grew up with is gone. My parents are gone. My grandma gone. My grandpa's gone. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's gone, and you're just 90, just floating, still here. Like that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But it's a bittersweet feeling because the alternative is you leaving before them. That's the only alternative is you leaving before them. If you leave before them, then yeah, you don't feel the sadness of having everyone gone. But guess what? You're dead. You're dead. You're gone. You're gone. So that's the torn thing. It's like, oh yeah, I want to live to 90. Do you really? Do you really want to be on this earth alone with no one who can share the common, you know, maybe one person lives to 92 and you get to hold on to them. Maybe if you're lucky. And that's if they don't move or do anything and you could relate, you know? But that's the route. And the other alternative is you leave, and then the people who consider you a friend are hurt when you leave this earth. And they're living to 90 and 100. They're sitting there like, ow, you know, my friend just left. Arrow just left. Damn, I can't talk to him anymore. That's the reality. All right, and then this is my last point, and then I'm gonna end this video. I think 15 minutes should do it. And then, you know, I'm gonna get out of here. All right, here we go. If you watch this whole video, you deserve what's coming right now because this is the Easter egg. Most people don't watch my whole video. If you watch the whole video, you're gonna find out some crazy insane shit. Like, but you have to watch the whole video. So here we go. This is the final point on aging, and this is the most important point. But I like to leave the Easter eggs to the end to make the people really watch. You know what I'm saying? If you don't watch, you don't watch and you miss out. It's not my problem. Someone will watch it. You know what I'm saying? Someone will watch it. You just missed out because you don't have the patience. But here it goes. The final point on aging. Here we go. The government knows that we're in a race against time. As humans, as living creatures, we're all in a race against time. We want to make the most with the time we have here because it's limited. It's not finite. I mean, it's not infinite, it's finite, the amount of time we have here. So we try to make the most of that. The government knows that. The government knows we're in a race against time to be productive as possible with the 80, 90, if we're lucky, years we have here. So what they try to do is they try to marginalize and distract the youth. So from your 20s to 30s, it's distraction. It's all nonsense, bro. It's nonsense. It's complete nonsense. You don't need any of it. They make you focus on things that are nonsensical. They are complete wastes of time. And you might say, well, why would the government want us to waste time? You know why? Because you, as a 20 to 30-year-old male or female, you have more life energy in you. You have more power in you to change the world than an 80-year-old man. And guess who runs the world? These 80-year-old people, these 70, 60-year-old people. And they know that a young 20 something year old with a brain and resources and time and focus will change the world. They know they will change the world. But wait, hold on. My light turned off. I'm going to turn on a different light. All right, word. Damn, that shit blinded me. Yeah, but they know that you could change the world. You know what I'm saying? They know you can change the world. So they try to marginalize you, put you in a group. Oh, you're just a kid. That's marginalizing you, making you seem smaller. You're just a kid, you're growing up. Go to school, get a job, go work for someone. All this nonsensical stuff. Like, let's say you really want to change the world. All these nonsensical ideas, all these ridiculous ideas on what to do to waste your time and to distract you. Distract you. Think about it. How much in your life that you see on these screens is a distraction? How much of it is actually pushing you to make the change you want? Let's say you want more equality in the world. How much how much are you seeing that's pushing that? Let's say you want to teach financial literacy or you want to change the financial system in America to make it more equitable. Is anyone showing you that? Is any of these people that are being pushed so heavily, are any of them showing you that? Not at all, because they don't want you to change the world. The world works for the people in control. It works the way it's supposed to work for them. They don't want any major shifts. They're lying to us. They're not telling us, like, they tell us, oh, we want changers, we want dreamers, we want people to push the envelope. No, they don't. They don't. They like the envelope. They made the envelope. You know what I'm saying? They made this mold. They don't want it broken. They made this cast. They don't want it broken. It is for them to achieve. It is for them to gain and for you to lose. And that's the name of the game. And it's not because they don't like you or it's a personal thing. It's just simply you're a human. You want resources. I got resources. I'm not going to give up my resources to you. Why should you get to live in a big house or drive a sports car? Why? So they distract you for 20 to 30 years. And so that when you're 30 or 40, they can say to you, well, what'd you do in your 20s? What'd you do in your 20s? And then you can say, well, I watched this TV show. Or, well, I went to this strip club, or I went to this casino. And there's nothing wrong with having fun. But I'm saying fun is promoted in a way that it's like, this is your life. Go have fun. Just have fun. And I understand that. I'm an entertainer. I get it. I love having fun. But to certain people, to certain groups, certain race groups, certain demographics, a lifestyle is promoted to them that is nothing but a waste of time. It's nothing but a waste of time. You're wasting your life because they're putting these distractions there so that you think this is life. This is what matters. Let me see this girl beat up her boyfriend, or let me see this just something ridiculous. Let me see this guy argue with this girl, or let's see if he goes to prison for shooting this. But like just stuff that has nothing to do with you becoming a better person, nothing to do with you making a change in the world. It's just you being distracted and wait, what was the and marginalized. Yeah, you're putting you in a box. They're putting you in a box. All right, these people, show them this type of material, show them this media, put you in the box, and now let's distract that box. Now let's make them focus on something that has nothing to do with the world they're living in. Let's make them look at something that's completely irrelevant, but they'll find it amazing because it's drama. It's ratchet. Man, come on. Come on, man. So, um the other thing is by the time we're old, so yeah, like when we turn 30, 40, 50, by the time we're old, they know we won't have the same desire or energy to make a change. So when you're young, you see the problems with the world because first of all, you're coming in with fresh eyes. You're coming in and you're saying, well, that doesn't seem fair. Well, that doesn't seem right. Well, that law seems stupid. But as the longer you live in the society, the more normalized things become. Like even prison. I think prison is a crazy concept. I think there's got to be a better way with the technology we have today and things like that. There has to be a better way to take care of someone who does not fit into society's mold. You know what I'm saying? There has to be. But that's not necessarily the change I want to make in the world, but it's just a side thing. Like prisons are normalized because we've been taught, okay, you do something wrong, you break the law, you break these codes of laws, you go to a cage. And like, I don't I'm not saying that it's a ridiculous uh notion, but I just think there's a better way. I think there's a better way. But anyway, the longer I live here, right? The longer I live, let's say 30, 40, I'm thinking about that. And then at 40 years old, I say to myself, you know, this prison thing, yeah, it's sad, but I've seen 200 people go to prison in my life. You know, I've seen these people in and out of prison. What the fuck? I don't know. But yeah, like let's say I see all these people in and out of prison. By the time I'm 40, I no longer have the desire to even change what I changed before. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the desire to like I don't know what that sound is, y'all. But yeah, like I said, you get the idea. They want you to be 40, 50 years old so that you look back and you're like, "Yo, I did want to change these things, but now in reality, I don't even care. Like, I'm just tired. I want a good night's sleep. I want my kids taken care." All right, yeah. Sorry guys. The other video got really messed up. But I had to basically spice it up here. But yeah, the government wants you to be at an age like 40, 50, 60 years old where you no longer have the same desires to make a change. You know what I mean? You still want to make a change, but you're like, I'm old, I'm tired, I've been working, you know, I'm at my wits' end. And really, the way psychology works, people are less likely to listen to you when you're outside of your prime. If you're 40, 50 years old, it's like, oh, he's just another politician, you know? He's just another one of those government heads. He's just another old head. So they want you distracted and marginalized in your 20s to 30s because hey, we don't want this guy making changes. You know what I'm saying? We don't need him making changes. For what? We like the way things work, you know? They don't want no drastic changes. Last thing they want is a drastic change. But a lot of people believe, oh, you know, they want us to change the world. They're raising us to change the world. No, they're not. They are not. Not at all. So yeah, that's all I want to say. That was basically the end of the video, but it got a little messed up because people just are mad inconsiderate that I live with. I can't stand it, bro. I can't stand it. That's another thing. Like, oh, that's one thing about aging. Matter of fact, this made me realize that your age does not have to do with your maturity at all. I know people double my age, bro, double my age, and they act immature as hell. Immature. It's like you've lived 50, you lived 40, 50 years and you act like a child. You act worse than a child. So, don't think, "Oh, well this person's older so they have wisdom or they have knowledge." A lot of times that is true, but a lot of times it isn't too. A lot of times someone is older than you and their head is filled with nothing, because for 50 years they were marginalized and distracted. But like that's what I'm saying. You have to break the mold. If you don't notice, oh, I'm watching nonsense all the time. Oh, every day, all day, I'm watching nonsense. If you don't notice, oh, the music I listen to is nonsense 100% of the time. Don't get me wrong. I listen to nonsense music sometimes myself. It's great. It's fun. It's a vibe. But if you listen to nonsense music all the time, you're not going anywhere in life at all. At all. Like, you're just not. Because if you fill your mind with, what's it called? Yeah, if you fill your mind with nonsense all day, you're going to think about nonsense all day. And then when it's time to make a change or something, you don't even know where to start because you've been watching nonsense. And then you react to real life situations the way they react on TV or the way they react in the music you're listening to. It's all by design to keep you distracted in your youth so that you don't make a change. That's it. Keep you distracted. And then when you get older, and you're upset and you say, why is this still happening? I wanted this to change. I thought this would change in the world. You know what they tell you? Well, what did you do in your 20s? Oh, well, I watched this TV show and I watched this and I did this and I went here and I did this and I went there. Oh, okay. Well, that's why the change didn't happen. You should have been doing this and you should have been doing that and you should have been, you weren't focused. That's why the change didn't happen, you know? People have to be focused and make the change. That's what they're going to tell you. But the reality is, when you were focused and when you did try to make the change, some distraction came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Something came out of nowhere to distract you and throw you way off course. And then a year passed, and then you came back on course. And then another distraction came, and then you veered off the course until you're 30 or 40 or 50 years old, and now you're like, I just want to live these last few years of my life. You know what I mean? I don't even care about changing the world and making it a better place. I just want to live. And that's what their goal was the whole time. Just sit there, shut up, and want to live. Be happy you're alive. Be happy you've made it to 50. We don't need you trying to make changes. That's how they think of it. So they put you in a box and distract the box. Shake up the box. Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake up the box. And then everyone inside the box is like, what the fuck is going on? They don't even know. They don't even know they're in a box. That's my point. I gotta edit these videos. I gotta splice them together. I never do this, but on that note, Smoker's Hut, peace. And I'll see you guys next time on the Smoker's Hut. Peace.